Hello everyone, welcome to the new series of Drishti IAS. I am Ritu and today we are going to discuss an important topic of economy, and this topic is important from GS3 perspective. So what is the title of today's class? So why ultra rich individuals are living India? So this is the title of today's class and this topic is important from GS3 perspective. Before moving to the points of discussion, first of all we will discuss previous day question. So what is previous day question? What is the rank of India in the World Press Freedom Index? Your options are 180, 175, 161 and 140. So your correct answer is 161. Moving to the points of discussion. First of all, we will discuss what is the news and its background, and then top countries for outflows, top countries for inflows. We will discuss these terms in the next slides. Why rich are leaving a country, top priorities for wealthy person, impact on a country, practice question for prelims. So moving to the news part. What is the news? So recently a report has been released, and what is the name of the report? Henley Private Wealth Migration Report 2023. And what this report says about India? It says that India will expect it will witness more than 6,500 people will migrate to another country. And who are these people? They are the ultra rich people, and in technical terms they are called high net worth individuals. So what is the parameters set for these high net worth individuals? So in the world parameters it is $1 million or more, and in Indian terms it is 8.2 crores or more. So we will also study what is investable wealth in the next slide. So investable wealth is an asset which is carried by an individual, and it contains cash, property and equity, but it does not contain liability. So in prelims question, if there is a question related to it, then you have to take care of this, that there is a minus of liabilities. So you have to take care of this fact. The next thing is that what this report has outrightly said about the India and the China. So according to this report, China has become the worst performer of the country, where so many individuals are migrating to another country. On the other hand, India is becoming second worst performer, where 6,500 individuals are expected to migrate to another country. So this is the report of India and China. So this is very miserable in terms of India. Last year it was 7,500 and this time it is 6,500. But it does not show any positive sign and much improvement to this data. Moving to the next slide, which is what are the top countries of outflows. So first of all, we will discuss what is net outflows and net inflows. So net outflows is a situation where money and the people migrate from one country to another country. And who are these people? They are the high net worth individuals. So what are the countries? So first position has been given to China, second India, third UK, Russian Federation, Brazil and Hong Kong. So here we can see that UK, Russia, China, these are all the developing countries and they are listed among the net outflow. So why these developed countries are listed here? Because there is not just economic reason to migrate to one country to another country. There are also political reasons, also the personal reasons, where high net worth individuals migrate from one country to another country. We will discuss this thing in the further slide, but here you can see that who are the countries. Moving to the inflow part. So we have already discussed that what is outflow. Inflow is just opposite, where so many people, especially high net worth individuals, come from another country to invest in your country and to reside in your country. And who are the top contenders here? So Australia has got the first position, UAE, Singapore, USA, Switzerland and Canada. So why these countries have shown positive trend in this regard? Because they have more economic freedom, they have less strict law, and they have much better climatic conditions. So these are the reasons that they are attracting more citizens and more high net worth individuals in their own country. So this is the difference between that, why those people are migrating to another country and why people are investing in these countries, because they have much freedom according to other countries. Moving to the next slide. why rich are living countries. So there should be a reason that why these people are living this country. So first reason is prohibitive tax legislation, because whatever in China, India, UK, we have seen that there is high rate of tax has been charged from high net worth individuals. On the other hand, there is outbound remittances. So what is this outbound remittances? Whenever you transact from credit card of another country, so that is counted among the outbound remittances. And in this budget, Nirmala Sitharaman has announced that it will increase from 5% to 20% and it will implemented by July 1. So this is also the reason that they are migrating to another country. On the other hand, there are also regions like security, climate change, and even crypto friendly, because India is not a country which is very crypto friendly, because other countries there is a official cryptocurrency, but still India has no such currency. On the other hand, in this budget, the finance minister has also said that those who are trading in cryptocurrency, it will be charged 30% of interest rate. So these are the problems which are happening in India and other countries. So that is the reason, and the most important reason is that they have prohibitive tax legislation. It means that if anyone in India who has net worth of more than 5 crore, they are charged 42% of tax rate. So these are the reasons that they are migrating to another countries. Moving to the next slide, which is priorities for a wealthy person. So there should be a reason that why they are going to Australia, UAE and other countries and Switzerland. So first thing is that political stability. And we can see that India is not a country which is very politically stable. Here we can see that many states are changing their government in 1 or 2 years. There in Maharashtra, what we can see that it is very financially stable state, but here so many political turmoil is happening in the Maharashtra, and that is also the reason that it's impacting the business of the state also. That is the reason that people from Maharashtra and Gujarat are migrating to another country. On the other hand, low taxation. Australia is a country which is very developed. On the other hand, it charges very low tax from the companies who are investing in their country. The third is personal freedom. India is a country where we can see that there is a less personal freedom. There are so many tax regulations. If any individual wants to invest in this country, they have to follow so many rules and regulations. They have to follow various norms implemented by the government of India. So these are the problems that they want to migrate to another countries. On the other hand, children prospect. So there is also personal reason involved here. They want better future for their children because in other countries there is better education, better standard of living. So that's why that is also a reason that they are migrating to another country. Standard of living, as I have already told you. Robust regulatory environment where the rule of law is respected. Here law has been made, but it is not respected in a very positive manner. Sometimes there is a if any businessman having political conflict with political party, so what we can see that there is a raid of ED, CBI. So these kind of problems we can see in our country, but other countries does not have such problem. That's why they are going to another country. And the most important thing is economic freedom. So in the recently released report, India has scored very low. It has scored 59, which is 121st position among 181 countries. So this is very bad according to India. It has been termed as less economically free country. So here there is very less economic freedom given to the businessman. They have to follow so much of rules and regulation, and they have to also take care of the political scenario of the country, because here politics and economy go together. In other countries it also go together, but here lots of political involvement is there in the business market. So that's why the reason that people don't want to face all these problems. On the other hand, the countries like Singapore, who has given 89 score out of 100, so they are very economic friendly country, and they give lots of opportunity to all the investor to invest in their country, and they have the system of free trade where no obligation put on the investor. So these are the highlights of all these things. On the other hand, few countries are also providing visa, citizenship when investors are investing in their country. So these kind of facilities are not available in this country, because here in India there is no such provisions that if any rich from another country wants to shift in this country, then they will be given the citizenship. There is a proper formula and proper rules to get citizenship. So here the economic factor is not involved to get citizenship in the country. So these are the problems that in high net worth individuals are migrating to another countries. Moving to the impact part. So there is also a debate that if rich are leaving the country, then what's the problem? They should go to another country because they can afford. But there is impact on the country, not just on the economic terms, also on the political terms, because if many of them will migrate to another country, it will loosen the confidence of any country. So there is a drop in confidence in a country, because if a country is not able to protect its high net worth individual, then what is the condition of the people, poor people? So it raises a question. Also on the other hand, it also raises a question on the security concern, that the country is not able to provide security and climatic benefits to high net worth individuals. And this also debate going during the pandemic, because many of the countries, and especially the developing countries, has lost their economy. So in order to revive their economy, they had decided to charge from wealthy person and it will distribute among the poor masses. So this is a very fair approach if you can see in a democratic setup, that if any country is charging more from their rich people and they are distributing among the poor people. But rich people are saying that it's not their fault that India is becoming poor and India is going to the poverty. It's the fault of the government policies and government legislation. So why they will pay huge price for the poverty of any country? So these are the problems which are happening. So it loses the confidence of any country, and also the confidence of all the businessmen. And also the devaluation of rupee is one of the factor that individuals wants to invest in another country where dollars are increasing day by day, euros are increasing day by day. So these are the protection which have been given in another country, but these are the protections which are missing in this country. So there is negative impact on India as well as on China also, where individuals are migrating to another country. So these are the controversy which is happening. On the other hand, it gives a dichotomy, or what you can say paradox situation in whole world, especially in India, where so many people belongs to below poverty line. On the other hand, India is a country which is among the world 10 most richest countries. So this is a paradoxical kind of situation, that a country could not maintain true balance between its rich and poor, and so many people are becoming rich day by day, but other people are becoming poor day by day. So it also raises the question of economic balance. So you have to answer this in the comment section, that how these economic imbalances will be cured. Moving to the prelims question part. So this is practice question for prelims for today's session. Which of the following features the Henley Private Wealth Migration Report 2023? So you have to answer this. Your first option is World Economic Forum, Transparency International, International Community and Wealth Advisory Firm Henley and Partners, International Residency and Citizenship Advisory Firm Henley and Partners. You have to answer this in the comment section. I hope you like this lecture. If you have any queries related to this lecture, kindly comment. Thank you.